Hey, it's Dan, and in this video we'll replace the air filter on this BMW F750GS. This job's about a 1 out of 5 for difficulty. Really easy, should take you less than a half hour to finish. I usually like to go with aftermarket reusable air filters like K&N or other brands like that. They cost a little bit more at first, but actually save you money in the long run. The reusable filters last the lifetime of the motorcycle. Instead of throwing them out and replacing with a new one, all you have to do is spray them down with a cleaner, spray them with fresh oil, and you'll be good to go. Now this is a 2021 model year of the F750GS, but you can follow the same general steps for many other motorcycles of this type. In many cases, the air filter is going to be located somewhere around the gas tank, and usually you have to take off a panel to get to it. So in my case, I know that I have to take off the panel right along the center of the gas tank. It's held down by 4 screws, so there's 2 out front, and then 2 under the seat. So the first thing I'll do is remove the seat. And the first 2 screws are right over here. This is going to be a Torx bit, size T25. So now that all 4 screws are removed, you should be able to lift up this plastic cover right off the gas tank. In my case, it's a little bit more complicated. I have an SW-Motech Tankbag Ring that's installed right on top of this, which looks like it's going to kind of interfere with this. I don't want to scuff it up, I'm not going to push it, so I'll take the extra couple minutes to remove the Tankbag Ring to make the removal easier. All right, so the tank bag ring is out of the way. Next step up, lift up this cover. So just take your time here, don't force it. It should pop straight up. Okay, so this is how it's held in place. There are 6 snaps around the outside and 3 more around the gas cap. And the next step will be to pull the air filter out. There's a rubber vent tube that goes across the top of it, so we'll just snap that out, move it out of the way, and then lift it up. So the air filter replacement interval on these bikes is every 12,000 miles. This one has just under 6,000. It doesn't look terrible, but there's definitely a bunch of crap caught in it, so it's not a bad time to change it. And once you have this out of the bike, it's super easy. It just pulls right out. All right, so I've got my replacement filter right here. You'll notice the 3 holes on each side. Those are going to go right into the 3 pegs on each side of the holder. And the important thing here is just to line them up and make sure that there's a seal all the way around. So gently push it in place. It should go in very easily. And now that I have the filter element inside of the holder, it's time to slide it back into the motorcycle. It's keyed and will only slide in one way, so if it's not fitting right, turn it around, don't force it. The right way will be with the vent tube holders towards the gas tank. So move the vent tube out of the way, make sure not to pinch it. And gently slide it in place. Then snap it back in. And now it's time to get everything back together. We'll start with the cover. So make sure that it's aligned right, and then gently press it straight down to latch it onto the clamps. So sometimes body work can be a little tricky to get lined up correctly. I usually take a close look all the way around, make sure there aren't any gaps where there shouldn't be any. If needed, I'll remove that and pop it back in place. Also make sure that everything is latched and all the screw holes are lined up properly. So take your time here, make sure to do it right instead of forcing it and breaking something. And in my case, I had to remove the tank bag ring, so I'll go ahead and put that back on. All right, so that should do it. If you have one of these setups, make sure not to over tighten these bolts here. If you over tighten them, that could actually deform the horseshoe and make your tank bag less secure. So the next thing I want to do here is to make sure that my gas cap works properly. Got my key next to me. Okay, that opens just like I'd expect, and it closes easily. And finally, make sure that my tank bag fits nicely. So this is the Pro version. It should snap right on and hold on. So all that looks good. And finally, for the next steps, we're going to reinstall the 4 screws. Always remember to start these by hand first before you use any ratchet or any other tool. And just snug them up. We'll put the seat back on. So this guy will slide in back and then snap in the front. And that should be everything. So I hope you found this helpful. If you did, give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.